All right, my goal in this video is very simple. I want to make this the last video you ever need to watch to learn how to build a one-person business or a coaching or consulting business and exactly how to get it to 10 to 30K a month in profit, the entire thing laid back, okay? I'm gonna give you my credentials here in a second, but it's very important that you set whatever you're doing aside, take out a notepad because I'm giving everything away that's helped 50 people do this exact same thing, all of my clients and myself. I've changed my life. I live my dream life now, and it's all because of this right here that I'm gonna share my screen and show you. So treat it accordingly. I'm very excited to show you this. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so why the hell should you listen to me? Well, I've made over $200,000 with my one-person business model, and I have the receipts to prove it. I have multiple different payment processors. This one right here, over the span of I think 45 days, I did 27 grand when I started my coaching business. On this one, I've done 100K. On this processor, I've done 85 grand. So I definitely, have some credentials when it comes to this, and everything I'm gonna be covering here for you, right? Number one is, should you even start a one-person business, which is really just a business where you monetize your own skill set and teach people something that you've done, right? So should you even start a coaching and consulting business? Are you in the right place to do that? And if so, what would you even teach, right? I have a Venn diagram that I'm gonna be breaking down with you here. The third step I'm gonna give you is, how do you actually get clients? So really stick all the way until the end here, because I'll just show you right here. We got some juicy stuff coming up in terms of this whole entire diagram. This is the entire system I've used to be able to make this amount of money. So I'm gonna be covering that for you as well. The last thing I'll be covering is, how do you deliver on the promise you'll make in your business? So what are the deliverables? What are you gonna be doing for clients? And how does that whole thing work? Because nobody talks about that, right? The first thing you need to understand though, is that you get paid for the value that you could provide to somebody. And maybe you've heard that before, right? You get paid for value, but what does that mean? Well, the value that you provide to somebody is determined by the problem in which you solve for them. So you need to ask yourself, what is the best way for you to provide value by solving problems for a set group of people? And the best answer that I found from my own personal experience doing this for 3 years, I started with a marketing agency, and now I'm running this one-person business model, and I'll break the whole team structure and all of that down, is you solve problems that you've already solved for yourself. The easiest way to provide value and get paid in exchange for it is to go and solve a problem for somebody else that you already solved in your own life. And this could be money related, this could be mindset related, this could be fitness related, this could be dating related. A good illustration here to show you is, I got this text message from one of my buddies. And he said, I'm thinking, what can I genuinely teach in my one-person business from his own experience? And his story is that he came from a Section 8 home. He got a 6-figure tech job. He got married at 23, and he's now building a business by networking and finding a Mexican CEO. He says, I'm sure there's some kid out there who feels lost like I was. A few years back, I was addicted to drugs, porn, I was broke, etc. Now, when I read this message and I'm thinking, like, how could we craft this coaching offer? I have 3 points that I could mention here, right? Number one, based off his experience, his life experience, how he can monetize his skill set is the first thing I hear right here. He got married at 23. That's something uncommon, right? So he could help young men go and find a partner and have a godly marriage. And this would be a relationship coaching offer. There are millions and millions of men that want to get married young. They want to have a great marriage. They want to find their dream partner and all this stuff. That's a route he can go down. What's another route he can go down? He could help people beat their vices and addictions. This would be a mindset coaching offer, right? Because he said it himself. A few years back, he was addicted to drugs, porn, broke, and all these different things. He could help people with this. What's the third thing he could do? He could show people how to go from broke, like he was, to getting a 6-figure tech job. This is a make more money coaching offer. So he has all these different offers that he can give to someone, and you're probably in a similar spot where you've lived enough life where maybe you solved the fitness problem in your life and you went from fat to jacked. Or maybe you got over depression and you've gone from depressed to relationship with God and all these different things. Or maybe you've made a bunch of money and you want to show people how to do that so you can make even more money, right? How do you know what to actually teach and coach on? I have this Venn diagram here, and this should explain it well for you. Basically, what you want to find is, here on the left, you want to write down your passions, your obsessions, your talents, your gifts. I've heard this from Naval Ravikant as well, and he talks about this. If you follow your passion and double down on it, you'll beat everybody else that's competing with you because they're not passionate about the same thing you are. And a good example, I ask my clients this all the time, is what you're doing right now something that you could make content and talk about and help people with for the next decade? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't be doing it. This is how we have long-term thinking, right? So on the left here, figure out and write down what are the things, and you look at your past life experience. What are the things you're passionate about? What are the things you're obsessed with? What's a natural talent? Go ask your family. What is the thing that you feel like you're known for, you're the best at? And you want to blend this with this right here on the right, which is a problem you've solved for yourself or somebody else. Because you can't just talk about your passion if it isn't a problem in the market. If not, nobody's going to pay you. And so when you mix these two together, this is how you actually develop your niche, right? And your niche is really just a combination of your passion and interests with a problem you solved. And my example that's helped me make a bunch of money is I took the passion of helping younger men that were in a place I used to be in with a problem I've solved, which is I was able to solve the money problem in my life, and I launched a Make More Money coaching offer, and that's how I developed my niche, really. And so we'll get to how you could actually do this here in a second, but I just want to show you some examples here. Right here we have KJ Rainey, okay? Now, KJ is one of my clients, and he came to me at the beginning of 2024 for help with launching a coaching offer. And one of the first questions I asked him is, what problems have you solved for yourself or somebody else, right? He said, I'm currently running a copywriting agency that's making over 10K a month. So he's doing copywriting for businesses and he's making over 10K a month. And boom, that was the skill that I saw that's aligned with his passions when I spoke with him. That was going to be his coaching offer. And as you can see now, he's at 16,000 subscribers, and we'll get there in a second. But he found a problem that he solved for himself, right? He went from broke to 10K a month, and it aligned with the thing he wanted to do. He wanted to inspire young men, get them closer to God, and help them become financially free so they never had to be broke like he was. Everything clicked there, and we started working together to structure the entire coaching offer, the whole entire one-person business. And 7 months later, he's making 70K per month. Obviously, he's not doing this by himself. Now he has a team behind him. But in the span of 7 months, he went from 0 to 70 grand per month with a coaching business. Okay, you can check out my wins on my Instagram. I post them all the time. Here's another example. We have Jacob. Jacob came to me 60 days ago, right? He was running a 140K a month marketing agency working with realtors. And he wanted to launch a coaching offer really out of boredom. And I laugh with him about this all the time, but he's making all this money. He has a team that automated the entire business. He was bored. And he wanted to leave a bigger impact on the world. He wanted to wake up on Monday mornings excited to do the thing that he loves. And again, what did we do? We combined the problem he solved for himself, which was going from 0 to 7 figures in a few years, with his true obsession, his passion, his interest, which is to help guys that are in a spot he used to be in, grow their marketing agency and live their dream life. He transformed his life. He had a vision board. I want to live in Miami Beach. I want this, waterfront condo and all these things. He got it. And so we made that transformation for others as well. 60 days later after working with me, he's making 60K per month in profit. And this is the craziest thing. He has 200 subscribers. From 9 YouTube videos, he's made I believe $80,000 in profit from his coaching business. So you don't need a big audience, right? He's making 60K per month, and he bought a baby blue Corvette that he drives around Brickell, okay? Right here we have another example, Derek Rodriguez. He's not related to me, but he has 500 subscribers, and before working with me, he was running a 100K a month marketing agency, similar to Jacob that I just showed you. His passion was different though. He wants to plant a seed in young men to become financially free and get closer to God. He's very close to God, and I come to him whenever I have any issues, or kind of losing my faith. And so we took a problem that he solved for himself, money, and combined it with his life's purpose, which is bring young men to God. And we built a coaching offer helping people make more money while living a Christian lifestyle. And in the first 30 days working with me, he added 16K in monthly recurring revenue to his coaching business. So if you see any patterns here, I'm just showing you a lot of guys that have a make more money coaching offer, but they align their passion with the problem that they solved for themselves. They're now making a ton of money with a relatively small audience, and they all follow the exact same process that I'm about to show you here. So maybe you're in a spot where you're kind of comparing business models and you're seeing what's the best thing for me to put my time, attention, and focus into? And I just want to see if a coaching business is right for you, because it's not right for everybody. There is no one right way to do anything. And I joke around here, you can become a slumlord Section 8 investor and rent out properties to desperate people. Honestly, I have no issues with the real estate industry. I'm just joking around. You can get into software and sit back trying to sell a $29 a month Go High Level white label, right? If you know Go High Level, it's a CRM, you could white label it. You could also run a marketing agency and just kind of bang your head against the wall when a client charges back, or when you have to give all of your profits back to your team and ad spend and all the costs you have. One of the biggest ones that gets young guys is you can just jump onto the next shiny new business model, the growth partner, the clip curator, the IPGA stuff, all these things gurus are selling you, and pay them thousands of dollars and waste years in the process doing so. But the one question I asked myself before I started a coaching business was, why would I listen to what gurus online are telling me and selling me instead of doing what they are currently doing, which is selling me a coaching program, monetizing their skills, and building a business around who they are? Every single one of these guys that you look at online, they figured out that a coaching business, a business where you teach a skill, a business where you monetize yourself, is the single best business model on the planet. There is no other business in the world that requires basically zero overhead besides a thumbnail editor, maybe. And so a coaching business allows you to build a niche following online. I showed you Jacob, 200 subscribers. Derek, 500 subscribers. A lot of my clients don't have thousands and millions of subscribers. And for a lot of people, that's their favorite part, is they can build a niche audience, transform people's lives, and get paid in the process. And my favorite part is that you can charge $2,000 to $8,000 up front for your offer and keep all of the money. And all you need to do is sign 3 to 10 clients per month in order to hit your goals, whether it's 10, 20, 30K per month. We charge a high ticket offer at a 90% profit margin, and all you have to do is post simple content online. Now, I will not say it's easy, right? I'll never say anything is super, super easy. It's not. Nothing in life is easy, but this is very simple. And that's what I want you to leave this video with, is clarity. If you could have clarity at the end of this video on exactly what you need to do, I did my job well, and you got the value you wanted, okay? So right now, what I want you to do is actively go take out a piece of paper and analyze your past life experience to find your perfect coaching offer. There is, I can't just tell you what your best offer is. You have to look at your prior life experience and see what problems you ran into and how you solved them. And if you did it in a manner where you could replicate the process for somebody else, this is the beginning to your business. I'll give you an example. I was talking to an 18-year-old kid the other day. He's making $7,000 a month washing cars while still in high school. He can easily build a 30K a month, or not easily, simply build a 30K a month coaching business. Why? Because he has a money-making skill. He makes 7K per month washing cars. There are millions of high schoolers that want to make $7,000 a month washing cars, and they want to ditch their Chick-fil-A job, right? I'm talking to another guy. He actually is becoming a client. He's a musician. He's been playing the guitar for years, like 30 years. But he's currently selling websites instead of following his passion. And no wonder he's not hitting his goal. He can hit his goal, which is getting to 10K per month, by helping people get better at the thing he's good at, which is playing the damn guitar. I have another client. He's a pro gymnast and he's jacked. He was selling a SaaS that's white labeled and all this stuff for contractors. No wonder he was stuck as well. And now he's a fitness coach, built a niche audience. He has like 7,000 followers on Instagram. And now he's signing clients left and right for $1,500, $2,000 a pop. So I'm telling you all of these examples because I want you to get creative and stop looking at people telling you, you have to do this, you have to pick this niche. It's not true. What problem have you solved in your own life? Have you solved the money problem? Have you beat depression? Have you gotten a great physique? Have you played the guitar? What are the skills you have in your life? Think outside of the box and write this down right now. 1 to 5 passions and interests you have. You could pause the video. Write down, what are your passions? What are your interests? What have you been obsessed with since you were a kid? And what are 1 to 5 problems that align with those passions and interests that you've solved for yourself or for somebody else? Whatever lines up together and kind of finds that middle ground, that's what you're going to help people with in your offer. Okay? So hopefully you should have some clarity now on what you would teach and if this is right for you. If you have absolutely no skill set at all, you need to focus on yourself and changing your own life. You can't serve somebody until you serve yourself, right? That's something I tell my clients. You can't serve somebody, and that's how you get paid, right? You have to serve people and change their life in some way, shape, or form. You can't serve anybody if you haven't served yourself first. If you haven't learned how to make money yourself first with some type of business. If you haven't learned how to get in the gym. You just got to pick one of these things because that's what you're going to serve people with, okay? So hopefully that lines up. Now I want to cover what I call the Spartan way. Now this is the best part of the video where I'm going to show you how to package this up and be able to get to 10 to 30K a month, okay? This is the entire damn system. So there's a couple things I want to cover, right? Over here on the left, we have our tier 0 offer. In the middle, we have our tier 1 offer. And on the right, we have our tier 2 offer. Now, this is how I structure the entire business and content and everything that I do into a 0, 1, and 2 tiered system. Now, what does this mean? Tier 0 is how you get clients, right? So this is like, I would just call it client acquisition. So this isn't even people that have paid you. Okay, this is outside of people that have paid you. Tier 1 is your program. This is what people will pay $2,000 to $8,000 for. And then tier 2 is your one-on-one offer, one-on-one mentorship, one-on-one coaching offer. This is the high-priced offer where you take a select few of people, and we're gonna dive into it here in a second. But when you treat your entire business as different tiers, it allows you to make the right content to take somebody from tier 0 to tier 1, and to take somebody from tier 1 to tier 2. And so let's break this down here on the left, because the first thing you need is you need leads, you need attention. And so what I use to get attention in all my leads for my business is I use something called a content ecosystem. And a content ecosystem is taking the Instagram and YouTube platform, and that's all we use to acquire clients, to get leads, to nurture leads, to convert them onto sales calls, and to be able to close them, okay? Now, YouTube is where the sauce happens. YouTube is the most powerful platform on earth. You know, if somebody spends an hour with you on a YouTube video, they know you damn well better than you know yourself. And they build trust with you. And they eventually buy from you as well. And so the way we structure YouTube is into a 3-step system. Step 1 is awareness. So before, like literally starting from 0, a lot of my clients, they start their channel from 0. You just need awareness, you need eyeballs, you need attention. And so you make videos with the objective of acquiring attention. The last thing you should be doing here is just making content to make content, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. You need to have an objective and a goal behind the content that you're making. And so the first style of content you're making is awareness. The objective is to get people to know who the hell you are and what you have to offer. It's not the best product that wins, it's the most known product or service in this case. So how do you make your service known? Even if you have the best thing in the world and you're like the best mindset coach, it doesn't matter if nobody knows you. So what do we do here? You make videos based off of other people's content that are outlier videos. And this is something I help people with inside of my program. But in summary, how can you do this right now? How can you make an awareness video? Understand what your niche is and what your offer is by everything that we worked on before this. And then go onto YouTube and find your competitors. Find other people that offer a similar service to you. Go onto their channel. I use a tool. I'll actually give this to you for free, but I use a tool called oneof10.com. I'll put the link in the description where you can actually get it. But this tool allows me to find my competitors' outlier videos. What's an outlier video? An outlier video is a video on someone's channel that has gotten over a 10x multiple in views compared to their average video. So if their average video gets 1,000 views, but they have a video that's gotten 10,000 views, that video has a 10x multiple on it. And what that tells you is that there's something in that title and thumbnail combination that psychologically has made people click on it and watch it, and it's proven to work in the market. So you don't need to get creative and kind of think of your own strategies here. Just find the outlier videos from people making similar content to you and use that as inspiration and put a twist onto it to make it better. And that's how you could like provenly go and make a piece of content that gets enough awareness to be able to make the next piece of content, which is to nurture. So nurturing, step 2. Just because you make awareness videos doesn't mean you're gonna make sales. You need to make videos after this that build a deep relationship with your audience. I've been able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and combined over Instagram and YouTube at the time of recording, I believe I have 8,000 people in my audience. That's it. I don't have millions of subscribers or followers. I don't have that, and I don't need that, because I made awareness videos that built me that initial audience, And then I make videos to nurture that audience, to build a relationship with me and trust me. If you can build trust with people, you will never be broke another day in your life. Because if somebody trusts you, they'll be willing to pay you thousands and thousands of dollars. And this isn't just like it's not black and white. It's not just like a yes, I trust you or no, I trust you. It's you have like levels to it, right? So it's like, to what level do people trust you? I have clients that join my program after 6 months of watching my content because maybe they trusted me a little bit on my first video. And maybe they were a little bit skeptical, like, oh, I don't know if Christian's lying or if he's bullshitting. And then they keep watching and keep watching. They see my client results. They see, my own results. They see everything that I'm posting. They see all the value they're getting. Maybe they make money just with my free stuff alone. This guy's gonna come back and pay me because I helped him make 10 grand a month without paying me a dime. Other people, they watch one video and they buy right away. And so everybody's trust level, I would say, I'm gonna coin a term, right? The level of trust in order to get someone to pay you. I gotta make something up for that. But for everybody, it's different. Some people it'll take one video. Some people it'll take 6 months of watching videos. It's not how long someone needs to watch. It's how much content they're consuming. That's why we don't only post on Instagram. Because if you only post 60-second reels on Instagram, what's gonna happen? It might take them 12 months, 2 years of watching 60-second videos to be like, hey, this guy's not full of shit. I'm gonna buy his stuff. But if they watch a 60-minute video once a week for a month, they're probably gonna buy faster than they would just watching on Instagram, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. You need to make awareness videos. We went over how to do that. You need to make nurturing videos where you build a relationship with your audience. Get real. Be vulnerable. Talk about the struggles you've had. Talk about how you overcame them. Give content to show people the transformation you made for yourself and for other people. And get very specific here. Now, the last style of content is converting content, right? And I call this a mini VSL. So if you don't know what a VSL is a video sales letter. And in a video sales letter, basically what you want to be doing is you want to be selling one big belief. And so if you help people lose weight with a vegan diet, in this video, what you're going to show people is why being a vegan is the best way to lose weight. And what you're going to do, and I use this analogy all the time, but let's say this is you right here in your video, right? You're going to be throwing rocks at every other method. Rocks. And by rocks, I mean destroying the other methods, right? So you're going to be saying like, hey, carnivore doesn't work. Hey, keto doesn't work. Hey, this thing doesn't work. These things don't work because of X, Y, and Z reason. You need to go vegan. And if you can give people logically and emotionally good reasons why the other things don't work and why your thing is the best, the only logical next step is to trust you enough to buy your program. Because you've already sold them on the big belief they need to have in order to buy your thing. I hope that's clicking. Okay, so we make awareness, nurturing, and converting content on YouTube. If you do this 3 times a week for 6 months, I guarantee you would hit whatever goal you have. The reason people fail with this, straight up, they're not consistent and they don't look at feedback. Some people post on YouTube for 5 years and they never gain traction. Can you imagine that? Wasting 5 years? And you know why? They had consistency down. So let's get tactical. This stuff is so crucial. So they have consistency down, but what they lack is feedback iteration. So if you're good on consistency and you post 2-3 videos a week for 5 years, that's cool. But that alone will not get you to your goal. You need to be able to iterate based off feedback. If a video hasn't performed well, there's a reason. YouTube doesn't hate you. They make money when people watch your videos. They're a business. They care if people are clicking on your videos and how long they're watching. And so if people aren't clicking on your videos and they're not watching very long, YouTube will never push the video ever. Ever. So if a video isn't performing, look at the feedback as to why. Is your watch time low? And YouTube will tell you in the YouTube Studio app. Is your click-through rate low? If your watch time's low, that means you haven't structured your video correctly and you haven't done the things in the video to keep people engaged and keep them watching. If your click-through rate's bad, that means you messed up something in the title and thumbnail. And again, I use a software called oneof10.com to be able to kind of take out the guessing game on what title and thumbnail will work. Should you get creative? Yes, but you should also use inspiration because other people on YouTube have gone through their own trial and error to find a format that works on the title and thumbnail. I'll give you an example. I saw Mr. Beast. This will make a lot of sense. Mr. Beast found a proven style, which is $1 versus like, $1 million blank. $1 blank, so it's like $1 vacation versus $1 million vacation. $1 car versus $1 million car. You've seen these videos on YouTube, right? And I'm into golf now. I'm trying to get better at golf. I'm not good by any means yet. But there's a golfing YouTuber, Grant Horvat. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. But Grant is running golf YouTube right now. This guy's pulling in millions and millions of views. And I saw a video the other day from him. Or maybe it wasn't his channel, but he was mentioned in it. And he did $1 golf course versus like $1 million golf course or something like that. So he literally took the concept that already worked for Mr. Beast and he applied it to his golf YouTube channel. So this is what I mean about getting creative, and this is how you can iterate on feedback. You need these two to be successful. You need to be able to iterate on feedback and you need to be consistent. And that is the recipe. It's that damn simple. Okay? Now when it comes to Instagram, what we typically like to do is we make these videos on YouTube in a full funnel format. Like this is top of funnel. This is getting people into the door and getting to know us. This is middle of funnel. We get people nurtured by building a relationship with us. And bottom of the funnel, where we make a VSL on YouTube, selling people our one big idea, right? Now there's two things that you can do here. One thing that I love doing and I have a lot of clients doing is you send these people from your mini VSL where you sell them your thing and you send them this way to Instagram. Why? Instagram is the best platform to have a one-to-one intimate conversation with a lead. You can't talk to leads one-on-one on YouTube. You can respond to comments, but it's not a intimate setting the same way you could like text or DM on Twitter or something like that. We use Instagram because that's where people can come on your page. They could follow you. They might even DM you and reach out to you. Like that's happened to me a lot of times. But they follow you and then you initiate a conversation on Instagram. I call this silent selling. Because what does this mean? This means you don't have to sell super hard in your YouTube channel. If you can get people to know who you are, you can get them to build a relationship with you by being nurtured, and you can get them to convert and believe that one big belief they need to buy your thing. You could simply tell them to go to your Instagram for more content or to talk with you one-on-one. And then you're kind of selling people silently, where on the outside it looks like, dude, where's this guy selling? Like, where's he making his money? But you're making your money in your Instagram DMs, because when people land on your Instagram, you're starting a conversation. You're seeing where they're at. You're seeing what they're struggling with. You're seeing what they need help with. And then you're offering them to get on a Zoom call with you, where you can go through the process of a sales call. I have other videos for that, and close them on your $4,000, $5,000 program. Okay? This is something that works extremely well. You could also just simply put a link in your video descriptions on your converting videos in order to get people to book a call with you. The second thing we use Instagram for is what I call deep dive content. The power of Instagram stories is something that you are definitely undermining. Like, if you could post Instagram stories showing your life, showing what you're doing, talking about things that are on your mind, shower thoughts and all these different types of things, you'll be able to make a whole lot of money. It's something that I've been in the process of getting better at myself, and it's helped my business a lot. So you want to be posting, photos of your life, stories. You want to have a bio with your offer and to be able to send people to your channel and all that stuff. You could even be posting reels. Like I've been posting reels now because I hired somebody to help me with this. At the end of the day, Instagram is for people to learn even more about you and your life, where YouTube could be mainly about the thing you're talking about. Instagram's more about your life, and this is where we sell people. So this combo right here is where we absolutely print money. Once you've understood that this is like the whole client acquisition process, the next thing is the tier 1 offer. So how do you actually structure your offer for tier 1? This is again where you sell a $2,000 to $8,000 paid in full offer for typically a 3 to 4 month program. Now the deliverables that even 7, 8, 9-figure coaching businesses use is they have group coaching. So this could be 1, 2, 3 group calls a week with all of your clients. You have a community where all of your clients come together. They could chat with each other. They could provide value to each other. That in itself is extremely valuable. And then you have a course. Most people don't know how to make a damn good course. And it's because they try and start their business with a course when you don't have client feedback. You build and I want you to really remember this when it comes to the whole delivery side. You build a course when you've already worked with clients and you find yourself repeating the same things over and over and over again. That's how you know you're building a replicable process where somebody new can join the program, they can go through the same stuff you're telling everybody else, and they'll get the same result that you're selling every single damn time. So don't start by building a course. Every single one of my clients that starts this from zero, we skip the tier 1 offer. We put this on hold. And we actually start with the tier 2 offer. I'll tell you why. The tier 2 offer is basically everything in tier 1 people get access to, the group coaching, community, and course. But when you're starting, you don't give people tier 1. All you give them is one-on-one coaching and consulting. And people love one-on-one. That in itself makes your offer different from everybody else. And you don't need anything to start this. I have this written down right here. People overcomplicate this stuff. They tell me, oh, Christian, I need to go build my course. Christian, I need to feel productive and get started on my website. Bullshit. You skip the tier 1 offer, only do tier 0 in order to get clients, and tier 2, one-on-one coaching, mentoring, consulting, because this means that you could sell your offer tomorrow. And all you're going to sell, the deliverables, is one-to-one calls weekly with your client and giving them chat support. And the question I get is, dude, why would someone pay for that? Like, just to talk to me? No, nobody will pay to talk to you. You're not that important. Sorry to burst your bubble. But we are never, ever selling a program. Nobody pays for coaching. Nobody pays for a course. Nobody pays for a community. People pay for a result. People pay for a solution to a problem they have. And people pay for the solution from somebody that's already solved it, which is you. Never sell a program. You're selling people a result. And if you can get them the result, they do not care how you get them that result. They don't care if it's one-on-one calls. They don't care if it's group calls. If they are confident and trust you enough that you are the person and your program and your big belief that you're instilling in them is the thing to get them to where they want to go, they will buy. Okay? Now, after you've gotten your first couple of clients, then you could start building out the tier 1, because this is a leverageable and scalable offer where you could host a couple group calls a week, you could have a community, you could build a course one time based off client feedback, and this is something you could scale to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month if that's the route you want to go, right? For a lot of my clients, they're just doing tier 2. They're offering one-on-one coaching. And we typically like to price the tier 2 offer at a higher monthly rate. So you typically, you could charge weekly, you could charge monthly, and you limit the number of spots, right? Like, I know I can only work with 15 people at a time from experience on an intimate one-to-one level before my life source starts to get drained and like I just start getting, crazier eye bags than I have right now, and the clients get poorer results as well. So this also creates natural scarcity in your offer. So if somebody wants to work with me one-on-one and I'm like, dude, I have 15 spots and like 10 of them are taken, it urges people to be like, oh, I want it, right? So you start with tier 2 to be able to sell this tomorrow. And then after you get your first 5, 10 clients, you could start building out the leverageable model in tier 1. So this is the Spartan way. This is everything I do. This is everything I help my clients with, by the way. And this is the entire process end to end that you can get started with, okay? So I truly believe, to my core, this is the simplest and fastest way to get to 10 to 30K a month in profit. And if you take action on consistency and feedback iteration and just use what I just gave you, you are probably a couple months away from living your dream life if you do things the correct way. That's also where I come in. Okay, here's my call to action. So by the way, like, just straight up, if you don't want to invest into yourself and build this business at 10 to 30K a month without trial and error, without going through the headaches I went through, without spending years in order to do it and spending all the money, if you don't want to invest into yourself, just subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, leave a comment. I respond to all of them myself, and just implement this with my free stuff. But if you're considering maybe, the stuff Christian's talking about makes sense and you want my help, here's basically my offer to you. I could help you get to that 10 to 30K a month faster. That's my only promise to you. I don't guarantee any results to anybody. It's on you to be consistent and iterate on feedback. Also, with my help to implement the processes I use, right? It takes two to tango at the end of the day, right? Spartan Scaling is my company, and we are focused on building the next generation of coaches and consultants. There are millions of people to be served. There's millions of dollars for you to make. And if you want to shortcut the process and see what it would look like to have me build this business with you, you can go down below. There's a link in the description. You could book a call with me. You could DM me on Instagram and we could go from there. But that's pretty much all I have for you. This is the entire process end to end that I've used to make hundreds of thousands of dollars online. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, again, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.